In 2011, Philip Grandine caused a stir in Canada and attracted global media coverage. He was a former Baptist church pastor and trained medical professional employed at a nursing home when he was alleged to have committed a terrible offense against his wife, Karissa Grandine, who was 20 weeks pregnant. This intricate situation lasted for over 10 years, and the outcome of the court case left the family of the deceased woman feeling extremely unsatisfied. Karissa Grandine. Karissa Anna Grandine was born on October 10, 1981, in Pasay City, Philippines, the eldest of two daughters in a modest family led by Maria and Marvin Darwin. At age 13, her family immigrated to Canada, settling in Toronto. Karissa excelled academically, studying archaeology and geology at university while working part-time at a hardware store. She graduated with honors in 2006, earning a master's degree and beginning her career at a local geological research institute. Known for her kindness and religious devotion, Karissa was an active member of the Baptist Church, where she later met her husband, Philip Grandine. Philip Grandine was born on August 18, 1986, in Paris, later moving to Toronto, Canada, with his parents during his childhood. Raised in a devout Baptist family, his parents instilled strict adherence to religious principles and obedience. Philip was academically driven and participated actively in school projects, scientific conferences, and competitions, despite being perceived by peers as a nerdy and introverted student. He excelled academically and earned a scholarship in his senior years, graduating as the top student in the Ontario district. Despite his promising scientific career prospects, Philip's parents insisted he attend a theological seminary after graduation. He successfully completed his studies and eventually became a pastor at a Baptist church in Toronto, where he would later meet Karissa. Religious couple. The charming congregant, 5 years older than the young pastor, immediately felt a mutual affection for each other. Their relationship began with friendly interactions that gradually deepened into love. Both devout and holding strict conservative views, Philip and Karissa could not cohabit without marriage. Thus, they wedded just months after meeting, holding a wedding that observed all religious traditions. It was attended not only by close friends and family, but also by fellow Baptist church congregants. After their marriage, the couple settled in Scarborough, an inviting area in eastern Toronto near Lake Ontario. They believed that spiritual closeness and sincere love were the main ingredients of marital bliss. The first few years of their life together were peaceful and harmonious. The secret due to a chronic inflammatory condition she battled since youth, Karissa struggled privately with infertility for years, confiding only in her family and husband. Despite numerous medical efforts, she received discouraging news from doctors, who even suggested she might never conceive. In 2011, after 4 years of marriage, Karissa finally learned she was pregnant, a moment she had long awaited. Excited, she shared the news with Philip, whose reaction was restrained and indifferent. Initially brushing it off, Karissa later discovered Philip's affair with Elaine Florentino, confirmed by incriminating messages on his laptop. Confronting Philip the same day, she offered forgiveness if he ended the affair, sought couples therapy, and received counsel from their pastor, Stephen. Despite initially agreeing, Philip resigned from his pastoral duties under pressure from Stephen, aiming to salvage their marriage and avoid public scandal. New job. Philip completed his nursing training and chose a local nursing home near their home for its good salary and convenience. Initially, life seemed to improve with family therapy and his job change. He portrayed himself as a devoted family man, claiming he had stopped watching adult films, ended his affair with Elaine, and remained faithful to Karissa. However, unbeknownst to Karissa, Philip continued meeting Elaine discreetly, taking precautions to avoid detection by avoiding hotels and using secluded spots in his car. Karissa's suspicions grew when she secretly checked Philip's phone during therapy and discovered messages exchanged with Elaine. Confronting Philip during therapy, she revealed her findings, which left Stephen displeased. Philip, enraged but trying to hide it, caused a scene at home, arguing that Karissa should have addressed the issue privately rather than airing it in front of Stephen. Karissa defended her decision, believing it was necessary to confront Philip publicly to address his actions. Weird symptoms. After Karissa confronted Philip about his infidelity, she fell seriously ill on October 14th. Her condition rapidly worsened, prompting urgent medical attention. Hospitalized with severe weakness, dizziness, drowsiness, and disorientation, she lost consciousness twice as her blood pressure plummeted dangerously. Doctors were deeply concerned for both her and the baby's lives. These alarming symptoms were new to Karissa. She traced her illness back to a smoothie Philip prepared in the morning and an herbal tea later that evening, which exacerbated her condition. Philip denied adding any medications when asked. Karissa's deteriorating health led doctors to conduct an immediate toxicological blood test. Results revealed traces of lorazepam, a potent sedative and muscle relaxant, in her system. Despite Karissa claiming no knowledge of the drug, the test confirmed a significant dose had been ingested. She remained hospitalized for 24 hours to stabilize. Concerned, Karissa confided in her sister, suspecting Philip may have been trying to harm her or their unborn child. Death of pregnant wife. On October 15th, Karissa was discharged from the hospital, but tragically, 2 days later, she died under bizarre circumstances in her own bathroom. Around 10 p.m. on October 17th, Philip, distraught, called emergency services, reporting finding his unconscious wife submerged in a full bathtub upon returning from a jog. Despite his nursing background, Philip claimed unfamiliarity with CPR and struggled to perform chest compressions as instructed by the dispatcher. He also had difficulty lifting Karissa due to her weight and the slippery conditions. Despite the dispatcher's guidance, Philip appeared unable to manage effectively. When the medical team arrived, they found Karissa's head submerged in the still full bathtub. Despite efforts to revive her, both Karissa and her unborn child were tragically lost. An autopsy later confirmed drowning as the cause of death, with water found in her lungs. The toxicology report also indicated a high level of lorazepam in her system, consistent with earlier findings. Further investigation revealed a small hematoma on the back of Karissa's head, likely from hitting the bathtub's edge shortly before her death. These findings raised troubling questions about the circumstances surrounding Karissa's tragic death, including the presence of a sedative and the nature of her head injury. The mistress. After Karissa's tragic death, Philip was questioned at the police station but not charged, as her drowning was ruled a freak accident. The day after, Philip and Karissa's relatives arranged her funeral. When offered a double plot, Philip declined, stating his intention to remarry and start a new family, showing no desire to be buried next to Karissa. Many found Philip's behavior unusual, as he appeared focused on his future rather than grieving for his pregnant wife. Karissa's body was released for a farewell ceremony at her Baptist church, attended by many mourning her untimely passing. Tensions arose when Elaine, known for her past with Philip, appeared unexpectedly, causing discomfort among attendees. Philip watched from a distance and later visited Elaine privately after the funeral, raising questions about his motives and intentions following Karissa's death. Investigations. After his wife's death, Philip resumed his life without showing signs of grief and began a relationship with Elaine, sparking local rumors. Despite pleas from Karissa's family, law enforcement only acted when the Darwin family publicly pressed for a new investigation in May 2012. Philip was later arrested under suspicion of causing Karissa's death by administering a lethal dose of lorazepam before she drowned in a bathtub. The case relied on circumstantial evidence, leading to Philip's release on bail. Initially claiming it was an accident, Philip later suggested Karissa may have taken her own life. No lorazepam was found at home, but Philip had access to it at work, raising suspicions. His laptop revealed searches on lethal lorazepam doses just before Karissa fell ill. During her hospitalization, Philip arranged for a woman to visit for payment online and maintained frequent contact with Elaine. Doubts emerged about his claim that he couldn't lift Karissa from the bathtub, as he took no action to prevent her drowning. These revelations suggested Philip's possible involvement in her death, despite no direct evidence linking him definitively to the tragedy. Trial. Philip's trial began in February 2014, 2.5 years after Karissa's death. He faced a first-degree murder charge based on allegations that he planned and executed her drowning, allegedly after drugging her. Despite Philip's claim that Karissa took her own life, witness testimonies and forensic evidence supported the prosecution's case. In January 2015, he was convicted and sentenced to 15 years in prison without parole. Multiple appeals followed, leading to a retrial in 2019 on manslaughter charges. Despite ongoing legal battles, Philip's conviction for manslaughter was upheld in May 2022, ending an 11-year legal saga that deeply affected Karissa's family. Thanks for watching.